And here is the Writer's Almanac for Sunday. It's the first day of December, 2019. 1955, Montgomery, Alabama. On this day, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat in the front of a bus to a white passenger. She was the secretary of her local chapter of the NAACP. It was the beginning of a boycott of the city-owned bus company. Martin Luther King Jr. took up the cause, and it was, for many people, the beginning of the civil rights movement. 1860, on this date, the first installment of Charles Dickens's Great Expectations was published. He needed money. He just bought a big house. He was separated from his wife. He had to pay her separate living expenses. And he'd opened a magazine called All the Year Round, and it was not making money. So he wrote a new novel, and he published it as a serial in his magazine, and it did very well. The Ford Motor Company introduced the assembly line on this date in 1913. Before that, they built the chassis of a car, and it sat in one place, and the workers came to the chassis, and they assembled it, the Model T, that is, which was very popular, but Henry Ford wanted to sell more. The price tag was $850, and he wanted to bring that down. So they built a conveyor belt system. It was about 150 feet long, and as the chassis of a Model T was dragged along the line with a winch, each worker on the assembly contributed his part, and they cut production time of a single automobile from 12 and a half hours down to just under 6, and then when they put workers on both sides of the assembly line, they got it down to 2.5 hours. And by mid-1914, it took 93 minutes to build a car, and Ford was able to sell them for $300 apiece. It's the birthday of the comedian and writer Sarah Silverman, born in Bedford, New Hampshire, 1970, author of a best-selling memoir, Bedwetter, Stories of Courage, Redemption, and Pee. And it's the birthday of the paranormal investigator Joe Nickell, 1944, senior research fellow at the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry, who travels around the world investigating mysteries and exposing hoaxes, author of the book Tracking the Man-Beasts, Sasquatch, Vampires, Zombies, and more. Here's a poem by Billy Collins, December 1st. Today is my mother's birthday, but she's not here to celebrate by opening a flowery card or looking calmly out a window. If my mother were alive, she'd be 114 years old, and I'm guessing neither of us would be enjoying her birthday very much. Mother, I would love to see you again, to take you shopping, or to sit in your sunny apartment with a pot of tea, but it wouldn't be the same at 114. And I'm no prize either, almost 20 years older than the last time you saw me sitting by your deathbed. Some days I look worse than yesterday's oatmeal. Happy birthday, anyway. Happy birthday to you. Here I am, in a wallpapered room, raising a glass of birthday whiskey and picturing your face, the brooch on your collar. It must have been frigid that morning in the hour just before dawn on your first December 1st at the family farm 100 miles north of Toronto. I imagine they had you wrapped up tight, and there was your tiny pink face sticking out of the bunting, and all those McIsaacs getting used to saying your name. A poem by Billy Collins, December 1st, from The Rain in Portugal, published by Random House and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.